Hey guys, welcome back to the Friday Vlog, where we discuss activity that goes on here with the BuzWeaver channel. That includes things like current events, headlines that are in the news, pop culture, social media, technology, and items of interest that come up during the week that allow us to have a little bit of a dialogue. If this is your very first time here to the channel, welcome. If you are watching this on different video hosting platforms, as well as a subscriber here on YouTube, I want to thank all of you guys for your continued support.
We start things off with the Washington Examiner. YouTube takes down second Rand Paul COVID video and suspends him from posting for a week. Senator Rand Paul is fuming after YouTube censored the second one of his videos for violating community guidelines on C-19 and suspended him from posting more videos for a week. They are now banning all my speech, including speech that is given on the Senate floor, which is protected constitutional. The Kentucky Republican senator told reporters on Tuesday, YouTube now thinks they are smart enough and godly enough that they can oversee speech, even constitutionally protected speech. Well, it may be fair to say that, ladies and gentlemen, as we have talked about here on the channel, which is why I encourage you guys to share this across all your media platforms, we have, without a doubt, a establishment out there that is going after anybody who is not on board with their narrative. There is no one who is protected. Not even our Constitution, not even our Bill of Rights are protecting us as citizens. Yes, I understand YouTube is a private platform. However, they are enforcing their rules selectively because people like Maxine Waters, Cory Booker, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez can still be out there inciting, and they don't get anything. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think this week yet again, has gotten a suspension of some sort on Twitter. So there is a very selective group of people in the establishment who is working alongside the tech giants, working alongside the mainstream media, as we have always said. I know people used to roll their eyes when I used to talk about this on Facebook, but here we are. Those people are no longer rolling their eyes. They're actually trying to come up with concepts and ideas to argue against me when I kept explaining to them, no, the Democrats are working alongside the mainstream media and the tech giants and the activists, really whoever they can work with that will go along with their plan. And we're seeing a system of peer pressure. We're seeing bullying. We're seeing all sorts of actions to make people feel like second-class citizens if they're not getting vaccinated. I want you guys to see this very powerful video. It speaks for itself.
Here's two. Next, we're going to try a cloth mask. Remember, we want to stop this moisture that's coming out of our mouth because that's what COVID rides on. Here's one. Here's two. Next, we're going to try an N95 with a cloth mask.
I'll include this down below, guys, if you guys want to watch it.
There's one. Here's a cloth mask on the N95.
All right, so there you have it. The guy's wearing all these particular masks. And, of course, I know what people are going to say because I already prepared for it. It's supposed to stop the droplets. It's supposed to stop the droplets. As a matter of fact, I wrote it down here in the comments section. I'm sure the patents will be pointing out it stops the droplets, you Neanderthals, which is what they always say, follow the science. You can always follow the science until it comes down to sex. Then all of a sudden things change because, of course, if someone doesn't identify as a particular sex, then, of course, that's totally fine and acceptable. So that's how far the science goes. But again, as long as the establishment is in control, they can define whatever they want to define. They can change the rules. They can change definitions. And they are changing definitions in the dictionary, but that's a whole other topic. So as we stay on topic of the illness, 3 major U.S. airlines will not mandate shots for their unvaccinated workers. The CEOs of Southwest Airlines, American Airlines, and Delta Airlines say they are not requiring unvaccinated employees to receive the shot. breaking with United Airlines mandate that workers get vaccinated by October 25th or face getting fired. Okay, so no bullying, no peer pressure, no second-class citizen status, just straight up, you're fired and gone if you do not cooperate, if you do not follow the narrative. Now, there are a ton of different reasons why companies and businesses want to set an example, right? They want to show a positive, they want to be a positive example for the community, showing that we are very concerned about your safety. And you guys know, in all my reviews, I always tell people, consult your physician before you try any product that I cover here on the channel, because it is important that you discuss these things with your doctor. They know your medical history. They know your allergies. They know your drug interactions. They know what medications you're on. They know what surgeries you may have had, what procedures you may have had. They're going to know all these things that the COVID vaccine could impede or interfere with. Now, I'm not suggesting that there's anything extraordinarily harmful about it, but always consult your physician. Always consult your physician. And the idea, as if you follow me on my social media, which you should do, you will see the post that I made about a TikTok comic who did the little video as an intern there at the White House. It was going all over. You guys probably saw it. But how is it that cities like Colorado and or the White House are promoting these types of activities, encouraging people to get vaccinated, but yet when I do a video, I have to do a disclaimer saying, hey, I'm not a medical professional. Do not take my advice. This is not FDA approved. Consult your physician. Make sure you're staying safe. Yet they're going to hire influencers to make videos to encourage people to get vaccinated. What if the people getting vaccinated get some sort of reaction, and then the reaction turns into hospitalization? Can that person then go after the influencer? Can they go after the platform that allowed that influencer to make the video? I mean, if I'm making disclaimers to protect myself and to keep YouTube from going after me or anyone else in the medical community coming after me, how is it that they can pay these influencers to say these things? Is that intern in the comedic video, is he going to be held responsible if someone gets a vaccination and gets ill? Remember, we went over the Offspring drummer who wasn't able to get the vaccination because his doctor told him that he had that, listen to me, Guillain-Barré syndrome. He had that condition where he cannot get the shot. And yet, I don't know whether he feels like a second-class citizen, but he's not able to participate with his bandmates and the Offspring. So kind of wrapping things up, I found this equally as interesting out of New York because, of course, you know what happened to a particular governor there in New York, as we covered earlier this week on the channel. Unfortunately, that video was demonetized. But nonetheless, you see here on September of a particular date, families to President Biden, don't come to our memorial event. Nearly 1,800 victims, relatives, first responders, and survivors are calling on Biden to refrain from attending any memorials over his refusal to release September dates documents. Nearly 1,800 families directly affected by the September date of 2001 activities in New York are opposing President Joe Biden's participation in any memorial events this year unless he upholds his pledge to declassify U.S. government evidence that they believe may show a link between a Middle Eastern country's leadership and the activities in New York. So, as we have talked about a long time ago, actually, it's been quite some time since we had to talk on this subject, but the particular groups of individuals in the Middle East with a particular religion, not everyone, of course, not every single person, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about a specific type of group and their derivatives of groups will put their faith, their religion above the laws of a country. And just like activists here in the United States, these individuals will feel justified to take whatever action they feel is necessary to protect their ideals, their philosophies, their ideologies, their morals, their ethics, and their worldviews. This is why unfortunately, this is why these groups are so effective, because polite society would prefer everyone get along, would prefer everyone be at peace, would prefer that everyone not go after each other, but these individuals will go through and do whatever action they want to commit which disrupts society. And then, of course, if they try to address it, they feel like even more repercussions are going to happen. So you get this kind of very vicious cycle of trying to stop something from happening while at the same time trying to avoid it from happening altogether. So unfortunately, I don't know whether or not Biden is going to comply with this because, of course, as we said, these particular groups of individuals, including activists here in our country, if they feel slighted, if they feel wrong, if they feel offended by something, they will justify whatever action they want to take as they themselves or them have been affected and attacked, oppressed, suppressed, denied, and whatever philosophical argument you want to make. So there you have it, guys. This is what I wanted to present to you this week.
All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this Friday vlog. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the comments. If you haven't already, below this video, I have various social media links where you can follow me and see my daily post. And of course, if you are here on YouTube, that would be the channel icon appearing right there on the screen to subscribe. You can select on that to subscribe, as well as notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel, to include the video shorts when you go to the channel itself. And I will see you guys right there behind that camera next week.